The views expressed in the following podcast were legal in the country in which they were recorded. They do not reflect the views of our employers, spouses, friends, family, or anyone who might be listening. Please do not try this at home. Your mileage may vary. Welcome to Two and Change. The people are... what are the people? Mike, shut up. We have to do this. What are the people again?
No, I want pizza. Now.
No. The people are real, not the pizza. The people.
Pizza is real.
Man, what about
pizza? Yeah. Let's order pizza.
I want some pizza.
Do you think they would? Do you think they would give us a discount for having a podcast?
Hey, but if you go on Uber Eats, they're gonna get all the information, man.
They do.
That's how they get. I read. Sorry, what?
Edward Snowden, dude.
Edward Snowden. Hey, I was driving here at like 25 kilometers an hour. It was fun. And people were passing me. They were going so fast.
Did you like the lights?
The lights were amazing. Hey, pizza.
Hey, do I have to stay in this room right now?
So, welcome to Two and Change. I'm Josh, and I'm drinking a Hofbrau something or another.
Hofbrau Oktoberfest beer.
Yeah, that one. It's directly from Germany.
Well,
At
the
some point.
LCBO, but
Via the LCBO.
you can tell we had a lot of leftover beer.
It's good.
Malty goodness.
It's good. Yeah, I like it.
A little sweet, little strong, kind of like me.
Sure. You're very
That's
strong.
what I say. I would on the
Canadian
mediocre
white
scale. I give it a. Let me take another drink of it.
He's giving it a mediocre scale rating.
I am a serious one.
Okay. As serious as we can do.
7 Lucky Charms.
Wow.
7 Lucky Charms. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Is that Heart Stars and Horseshoes?
Fuck horseshoes?
Horseshoes are terrible.
Yeah.
Horseshoes are part of the bourgeois.
And don't kid yourself. A horseshoe will kill your family in front of you, just to do it, just to see you cry.
Aren't you
Horseshoes
supposed to
give
hang
no
those
fucks.
above your door for luck or something?
Yeah, you hang them.
He missed that. He missed it.
And this is Mike. I am polishing off the rest of Tim's Zerkova Premium Vodka.
Yeah,
Vodka.
Nostrovia.
Nostrovia.
And-
When do you drink vodka?
I know, right? Well, you know what it is? I was having...
Ever since he's going up for the whatever little liquor's left in the bottle.
Well, that was part of it. Part of it was like, hey, this is cluttering up your thing because there's only like, 4 tablespoons left. So I, decided to polish it off for you. I measured. Yep, 4 tablespoons precisely.
Perfect.
Yep, and I decided, you know what? I don't drink enough variety, and I thought I would extend myself into vodka.
Excellent.
And I can tell you that this stuff is, I'm drinking it straight. It's not mixing anything.
All right. And you just shot it. Good for you.
Tastes like vodka.
Tastes like vodka. Yeah. It tastes like water with a burn.
See, that's the thing with vodka. The less you taste of it, the better quality it is. I think
Right.
we're being scammed.
Which in that case, it tasted, it was water, and then it had a burn at the end of it, which
That's
I
good
suppose was nice. But earlier, I actually had some of that Crown Royal with apple flavoring in it.
It tastes like apple juice.
It tasted like it was really good.
It's like thick apple juice. Not bad, yeah.
Yeah, Crown Royal apple flavor. What a strange idea, but it worked.
Yeah. And this is Tim. I'm drinking Canadian Club with soda water because I've got to cut back on beer a bit, as I've been informed by certain medical professionals, because I am getting a little tubby following Oktoberfest. So,
Oh, that's complete nonsense. What's happening is all 3 of us are getting so old that we now have to actually pay consequences for our dietary habits. And that sucks, and it makes me very sad.
all right. So today's show, the Potcalypse?
The potocalypse?
The Potocalypse.
The
Yes.
potocalypse.
Well,
The potocalypse.
the Potocalypse.
The potocalypse. I love it.
Yeah.
Suck it, Colorado.
That's right.
It's legal here too.
It is across the country. We don't have to do it province by province or state by state. We did it all.
I think we're the second country in the world with full legalization.
First G7.
First G7. Well, yeah, Netherlands,
Or
I think,
G8 or
is.
whatever, yeah.
Netherlands is fully legal, but they're not G7 country.
Yeah, they're like G28.
What are you saying about my people? What are you saying about my people?
Those aren't your people.
They're clean, industrious people
Thank you.
who in the Western world have the lowest rate of showering. True stat.
True stat.
That's not a problem. Maybe.
You don't need to be.
It is if you're surrounded by them.
Listen, the word Netherlands means underlands, and like these Germanic
Where
tribes
they
showed up
don't
a couple thousand years ago, and they went, "Oh look, the ocean is up there. Fuck it, this is a great place to call home. This is it now." Like it was not necessarily the brightest thing, but that gives you an idea of how stubborn they are. They needed pot legalization to calm down.
What's the expression? Wooden head, wooden shoes, wouldn't listen.
That's right. Yep. Wooden shoes,
We're
wooden
just on
head,
a roll.
wooden
All right.
There
Yes.
it is.
Hey, Netherlands, you've been to and changed.
And there is one like super Dutch guy here. So there it is.
Yeah, super Dutch.
Yeah, super Dutch. Very Dutch.
Not 100% Dutch, but pretty Dutch.
No, how much? What's the percentage of 7 out of 8 great grandparents being from the Netherlands? What's the percentage on that? 7 out of 8.
That makes you Canadian.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that works for me. Yeah.
Yep.
So pot legalization, we're legal now, which means that we can no longer cross the border ever.
They fixed that. They fixed.
Oh, they
that.
did?
So apparently, you can cross the border in the U.S. as long as
As long as you don't say anything on social media, buy pot, say you have pot, put pot on your credit card, or mention that you
Pot.
have pot on your pot.
pot
with
burgers,
your
pot
pots.
spam, pot.
Yeah.
soup,
Other than any
pot,
of those
pot,
activities
pot, pot.
surrounding
Wonderful
or
pot,
coordinated
wonderful
with pot.
Yeah, never mention brownies either.
Yeah, never mention brownies.
Even if they're not pot
No,
brownies.
okay. So the official rule is that before they were banning people from crossing the border
For life.
Well, if you were
Or if you're
associated
brown.
with the marijuana industry.
Yes.
Or brown.
That's
Yeah, or
not what
brown.
that's not what this show's about, Josh.
Yeah. So
Don't depress us
they
with
would-
your identity politics.
They would ban you. They would ban you from crossing the border for life if you were associated with the marijuana industry.
That's right. So, but the problem is like, what do we mean by that? So, if I own stock in TD Bank and TD Bank, for example, buys invests in a marijuana,
They clarified that.
Yeah,
said
they clarified
investors.
it.
They did say investing in pot related businesses would not bar you, but
unless you're
partaking,
going there on marijuana business, then you're barred.
then you're barred.
Right.
Which makes no sense. It's legal in like what 23 states.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
well, but federally, the DEA can still raid you if they think you have it.
yeah, didn't some guy get raided on this side of the border from the DEA with the cooperation of the Canadian government? Yeah,
What?
some guy was like
When?
mailing. This was like years ago. It was like 10
Oh,
years
well,
ago.
hey.
Marc Emery.
Yeah, Marc Emery.
If it was
Emery,
years ago, I mean, I'm talking like I thought you meant like yesterday on the day of legalization. I'd be like,
Oh
what?
no! It was like 10 years ago or something. Like he was selling seeds, like mail order seeds into the U.S. And where a lot of people had a problem with it though is that the DEA was allowed to come across the border and conduct their raid.
Yeah, that actually
That's a little
annoys me as well.
That's insult to our sovereignty.
You know
as
what
far as
I
I'm concerned.
found about now that it's the legalization sort of rolled out? The news went haywire and it became like pot's legal everywhere, which was a little annoying. But
Yeah.
but then it sort of was it was a nothing burger. Like it was
I
just
thought
like
there would be-
everyone's just like okay.
I thought
And
there
then
would
they
be
were
all
reporting-
kinds of people sparking up on the front lawn of Parliament and nothing. Like it was in
No,
the,
it's that's for, what 420 is for. I don't know if they're going to continue to do. I think it's been going on so long they'll continue to do 420. in
it's kind of like a
Parliament,
cultural thing.
They'll
now.
do it for sure the first year that now that it's legal. Now 420 is going to be probably a big event.
I want Justin Trudeau on the front yard of Parliament sparking up on 420.
but you won't see that for the same reason you won't see him chugging a beer.
Yeah.
But I
There's,
saw him beat up a guy in a boxing ring.
Yeah, but that was Justin,
We're allowed to beat up
not Prime
journalists
Minister
now.
Trudeau. that wasn't.
Oh
Justin.
wait, no,
Wrong one.
Wrong topic. So that was Justin,
Not Prime Minister.
not Justin Trudeau. There's the difference.
There's the difference.
Although it was kind of fun to watch him beat the shit out of Patrick
was.
Brazo because that guy's an asshole.
The thing that I did you guys go on the OCS website?
Yes, I went on the
Ontario
OCS
Cannabis.
website. It's horrible. There's like 7 things you can buy, and for some reason there are pictures, except they're all in like there's just pictures of
There's
black
a lot
boxes with warning labels on
There's
it.
a lot more than 7 things you can buy.
Okay, like 12. Okay, fine.
It's a decent
but-
amount of stuff,
Nah,
but
it's not that
sure.
much.
It's
But like, why have pictures if you can't look at the actual product?
I thought about buying it just to see what the experience was like,
Yeah.
but then I was like, why?
I'm going
I don't
to, but-
really consume. So
One thing that I found
one of the
interesting about this whole
oils,
thing-
maybe, where I can like make it into brownies.
One of the things I found very interesting about this was like all of the stuff that's for sale and everything else that way. I thought part of the whole point of making it legal was so that you could price it where the black market prices it, and it's not. It's like $3 or $4
close,
higher.
but it's close. is the thing, and that's what they're going for. I think the mistake wasn't the pricing. That's not my beef with all this. I mean, if you want to look at out to lunch pricing, look at like Yukon, Nunavut. Like I think it was at like Nunavut's like $15 a gram or something ridiculous.
Yeah. And, well, also, good luck finding a drug dealer in Nunavut.
Yeah, that's fair. So they
you know
can.
what?
They don't seem to have difficulties.
Yeah, fair enough. There who was it? Previous Toronto police chief. What the hell's his name?
Bill Blair?
Bill Blair. Yeah, okay. I kept trying to say Bill Blakey. I'm like, that's not it.
Bill
What was
Blakey.
Bill Blaze.
That would be awesome.
It would.
He said, you know what? He says, even
420
the
sheriff.
pricing of it, he said, even if it's high, it's let's say, you know, everyone's saying, well, it's only going to take away 50% of the illegal market. And he says, there's $8 billion in illegal money coming in from marijuana currently. If he said, if somebody walked up to him 10 years ago and said, I can cut $4 billion out of the illegal market, I'll take it in a heartbeat.
I think
it doesn't matter. 50% is better than nothing.
Yeah,
I think the online sale, though, I think this is a completely botched experience, and I'm going to put that at the feet of our premier, because I think while you can make an argument that setting up head shops via the LCBO may not have been a great plan.
It wasn't. I agree.
I think that the retail experience is what's going to get people. People can go in, people can make a selection, people can ask questions. So, for example, if you already are buying marijuana, that's great. But the thing is that if it's all online and the selection's only so,
yeah,
I think that's what's going to continue to drive the black market.
Yeah.
So it's because convenience isn't there.
Now, I would like to clarify.
I can call a guy here and get pot in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I can't do that with a website.
Now, I do want to clarify that this is Ontario. That's the only place that has just online only.
No, there's who else has it? One of the territories is on.
Oh,
as well.
okay. Fair enough.
They
But
don't count. Though.
They don't count.
They're not really. No, not
not
in
really.
this example. But all the major provinces have actual shops.
Yeah, I think Quebec has a good model.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
They
Ontario
set up a Crown Corp and they just some of LCBO, but their pricing is aggressive.
Yeah.
Ontario's model might actually work in the long run. April is when they're allowing full shops.
Okay.
So it's anyone.
Yeah, I think the
So that could work.
Anyone can run a
okay,
marijuana shop.
because
With
the website seems like sort of a slapdash
permits and
solution.
stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like sort of a slapdash solution. But I think it's funny that we're being A-okay with like pot shops bringing up.
Yeah.
But they're talking about tobacconists having to do plain labeling, which is going to kill like small independent tobacco like cigar stores because cigar manufacturers don't want to deal with it.
Right.
So I think, it's almost like a contradictory message saying, hey, it's okay, let's run some head shops here, but you can't go buy a cigar.
I don't know what the labeling requirements are. I have to look. Like if it's anything, if the label requirements are what they're doing at the OCS, then they're still pretty strict.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know.
But
how
imagine
far
if
that
they
goes.
had the same requirements for wine and beer. I mean, people would just revolt.
Yeah. Warning: this can affect your liver.
Which they do have an element to that. But I mean, like you couldn't even put like a logo on it.
But have you seen an
'cause of the children?
alcohol-driven riot? It's scary. Have you seen can you imagine what a pot-driven riot would be? Hey, man,
That blows.
that sucks,
Yeah.
dude.
Why?
I'm gonna go watch some stuff on TV and eat some Cheetos, but I'm gonna write an angry letter later, and
Later.
Later.
And
I'm going to take this opportunity to mention that no, we are clearly not high.
Oh, God.
We're not.
No, I mean, we don't sound high. We don't even do a good approximation of what it sounds like to be high.
Yeah, we tried in the skit. Didn't really pan out.
No. But hey, we tried. We're here to entertain and inform.
There.
Yes.
We're here to inform.
we're
Wait, what?
infotainment.
Well, we're not really entertaining.
Fox
either.
News Light.
What are we? Fox News. We're fairly unbalanced.
We were in the comedy section of the award thing, so
Yeah, we didn't win.
I know we didn't win.
That was always a long shot.
Yeah, that wasn't any. But we were nominated. People know that we were there. We were on the list.
Yeah, we got a brief bump. We
got nominations.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
We had all
Now
kinds
we're
of
back to sort of regular numbers now. So
That's okay. You know what?
entertained
We
a few,
love our regulars. We love all of you.
but I love being regular.
I
It's
am
always good.
Regular
That's what
is good.
fiber's for.
exactly. Yep.
And okay, so I think that we're
And
coming
apparently CBD.
CBD.
CBD,
CBD oil?
TBD.
No.
Oh, well, we're going to take this conversation TDB while we take a slight break.
RTB.
And we're going to continue talking about legalization in Canada, what's a good model, what's going to be like going forward, and what Mike is going to be like when he gets high. We'll be right back.
Yeah. Tim,
Yeah.
what porn video did you pull this music out of?
I deleted my browser history.
You didn't have to. You used my browser to find it, dude.
And I appreciate it.
My wife didn't, but as long as you're browsing, you might as well pause the porn video and check out our website at twoandchange.ca or follow us on Twitter and Facebook.
Have we registered 2andchange.xxx yet?
Shut up. And welcome back from the break. So, I'm sorry, what were we talking about? Pop-Tart? No, I'm just...
Yeah.
You know what? You keep
Pop-Tarts.
saying Pop-Tarts, and now I want Pop-Tarts.
I know what you were doing before the show.
I
No,
might,
I
I
just
might
want
pick up
Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts on the way
I
home.
can't. Sodium. Boo.
Sodium. Sodium's the least of your worries in Pop-Tarts. It's probably all the sugar and red dye number 37.
No kidding. Like everything
Well,
else.
No, that stuff's okay. I'll just save money on... Well, my wife will save money on formaldehyde when I eventually drop
There,
dead.
see?
Oh, there you go.
That's why I look at it, but...
Absolutely.
It's
Okay.
more formaldehyde. It's for the flavoring.
Exactly. So, getting back to the electric lettuce...
Electric lettuce. The devil's lettuce.
The devil's
Yeah.
lettuce.
Actually, you know, so my church has
Smoking
of course gone wild.
shish, smoking shish with
Yeah.
your friend Mary Jane.
So I can actually share a little bit. Like my church has kind of gone a little bit wild over all this. Like they're putting out all these articles.
Are they
to
smoking the left-handed jazz cigarettes?
They are not. What they're doing is they're basically putting out all these articles that said, we used to say that pot was sinful because it was illegal. Well, we don't have that argument anymore. So here's your new reason why you shouldn't be smoking marijuana. And they talked about, they basically compared it to caffeine in order to
Consistency in
defend
religion.
Oh, it's incredible. They were defending caffeine because it allows you to see the world as it is, and then use that to condemn marijuana because it blunts your perception of the world.
I think they just need to get high.
I was reading the article, and to be honest, I was kind of thinking the same
You know
thing.
what?
Like, you guys need to try this.
You know what they need?
What?
A joint and a blowjob.
They need a
They all
joint.
need that.
They need a joint.
No, from the sounds of it, they could use the other one too.
Well, only from their spouse.
Oh well, hey, that's cool too.
If that's
I'm not
allowed.
advocating infidelity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yes, Josh, you had a coherent thought that
Speaking of
didn't involve
blowjob, yes,
religion.
Josh.
Sorry. I was busy.
By the way, I've refilled on more vodka. It's a different kind, though. It was in a bottle that was actually still sealed, and I have no idea
sure.
what was in it.
I think it was Pinnacle.
Yes, Pinnacle vodka. Also,
Pinnacle?
Pinnacle. Yeah, Pinnacle. It's also tastes like water.
It's French vodka.
Yes, 5 times distilled from a French wheat.
Oh, for the French make good vodka.
Oh, the French have all
Josh and I are selling our original drinks here, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can drink these two under the table. Apparently,
So getting back to those left-handed jazz cigarettes. Now,
you always smoke them with the left hand. Is that how that works?
well, no, the left-handed cigarettes, jazz cigarette is like a.
What's with
like,
the? Where's the
it's
left hand?
like these are like 1930s like anti-pot slang.
You know the best pot movie is?
Reefer Madness, Dazed and Confused.
Nope. I do like Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I haven't watched any pot films. I wasn't allowed
What
to.
I
when was a
like
kid.
about Dazed and Confused, it stays the same.
That's what I like about Dazed and Confused. Well, it's funny. So the first words that what's his the Matthew McConaughey ever said on film?
All right.
All right. Those are the first words he ever said on film. He's going to be known for that forever.
Well, he did it very well.
All right.
And then he just kept going.
And he was like that for such a long time.
Yeah.
Are you all right? I just want to help you out of the sand here. We're going to go on an adventure.
So that's so freaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What can I say? I'm good at impressions.
Actually, you kind of are.
Thank you.
Yeah. So in Ontario, it's going to be moving over to private shops without a lot of rules attached so far.
And the libertarian rejoices.
Well, actually, Josh,
For now.
Did you happen to catch the bonus from last week's show?
Sure.
I've actually recanted my position on the LCBO being the sole distributor of alcohol.
He did.
I know.
He
I
did.
should
I got this
listen to
guy.
that
Like,
one.
if you're not here, Josh, I get this guy's head twisted into all kinds of weird.
I came up with this, and you're like, that's surprising.
That's because Tim is horribly pliable.
Yes, exactly.
It was after my trip to Germany and Belgium, like just
Right?
seeing the relaxedness of the beer cultures. Like just because you can buy it in places that aren't a government shop doesn't mean you're gonna have drunks running around the street.
Well, BC.
As he says, coming from Oktoberfest, where there were literally drunks running around the streets.
Well, but it's an activity designed for it.
BC
Get it out of your system.
BC has an okay example.
it's like the beer version of the Purge.
They have the government shops, but then they allow private shops, and basically the rules are just can't sell it for less than what they listed.
Yeah.
And they have like off-bar sales. They can do that too. So
I think I actually think BC it needs some tweaking, but it actually has kind of the best model because if
like
a private
Quebec.
shop wants to put up a shop where there's not an LCBO, it can be advantageous for
I
them.
like the Quebec model, where you can beer and wine can be sold pretty much at any corner store.
Yeah.
And then you have the government stores as well for hard liquor. That's okay too.
To any of our younger listeners, you definitely like it because it's 18 there.
Exactly.
Yes, and Manitoba, but you might get shot.
What?
Actually, you probably will.
There you go.
That's just big.
It's Winnipeg. What are we talking about?
It's just stray bullets just flying everywhere.
Exactly.
It's like the south side of Chicago.
Yeah, it's the Canadian version, south side of Chicago. So rather tame, actually. But,
Yeah, what does that mean? We just shake fists at each other and go, I am a little upset.
well, like how Winnipeg is the murder capital of Canada, so that's like 7 people and a moose. It's like
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
like okay,
It's like, how violent. It's terrible.
by our standards, yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is. And the
It's like-
weed will
it's
mellow
like-
them out.
It's like the Utah of murders in the U.S. Like nothing happens. Like
I want weed like dropped from planes into
Yes.
all of the violent neighborhoods of America and have everybody just chill out.
they're already there.
Yeah?
you can get as much weed as you want in those areas.
Yeah, what am I saying? Why?
you pretty much don't sweat in Utah.
What?
Yeah, because it's so dry and all
yeah.
evaporates instantly.
Fair
That
enough.
explains a lot about Mormons.
No, nothing explains.
Don't
Nothing
sweat.
explains the Mormons. Nothing explains the Mormons.
I think
the Book
there's
of Mormon
something in the
does.
water.
Netflix has a reality show now called 3 Wives, and it's about it follows
Really?
a Mormon, like a polygamous Mormon person. And
They
the
have
most
these shows,
inaccurate thing about all of it was that you see this guy and all 3 of his ladies standing beside him, and they're all smiling. Bullshit. I call
well,
bullshit.
they're going to smile on camera.
Don't care. Still bullshit.
Well, here's the question, though. You as a libertarian, I know we're going off topic here,
Yep.
but you as a libertarian,
Yep.
Use a
Isn't this,
libertarian.
I'm a libertarian.
so aren't consenting adults engaging in consenting activity? What would be your issue with that as a libertarian?
My shoot would be go for it. I think that the government should not have a definition of marriage at all. Marriage has existed a lot longer than Canada has. And I think that if you want to ask me what marriage is, if I'm your government, you come to me and say, what is marriage? Give us a legal definition. I'll say, I don't know. Go ask your church or your imam. Go ask your imam or
Problem
your
is,
rabbi or your president of your Optimist Club. I don't care.
But the problem is that President of Optimist Club, love it.
That's right.
The problem is, though, because you've had such a religious dominated society, you also need a secular definition for a secular process of getting married. Like my wife and I, we had a civil ceremony.
Call it a civil union.
Yeah. Or we can call it a marriage because it's our marriage.
Sure.
And I don't have any issue with that.
You call it your marriage if you want to call it a marriage.
I personally define marriage between 2 consenting adults and just call it there.
So you don't...
Because the problem is
Or
that
consenting donkey.
or consenting donkey.
all the donkey. Yeah, well, we have
but
to
only
include
but
the
only
ISIS
in
people.
only a Tijuana donkey.
Well, what about the poor ISIS people? You have to include them with their
Oh, of
donkey.
course.
Exactly. Yeah.
No,
There's
I-
a future episode in that.
the ISIS donkey?
Yeah.
No, I define it because the problem is that where polyamorous relationships can work, and I know people who are in them, and I don't think there's necessarily inherently anything wrong with it. I do think, however, there's been historical issues with power imbalance if you allow marriage between one people and several. So polygamy versus a true open relationship.
Polyamorous relationship. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
For the listeners, polygamy is one man, many women. Polyamory is one person with many persons. Like it's
Which is different.
Somebody joked about a reverse Mormon. I'm like, that ain't happening. No woman wants more than one man to put
Is
up
that-
with.
no kidding. Well, actually, and you know what? Here's the thing.
God damn, that would be such. I can barely live with myself. I don't know how my wife puts up with
You know
me.
what? It's
Right.
interesting you say it that way because our church actually has come out against polygamy for the same reason. If you read carefully, the Bible never explicitly condemns polygamy. In fact,
they endorse it.
It doesn't endorse it, though.
Of course it does.
It shows you a whole bunch of different examples. Like if you look at the most famous example is Jacob, and he's got 2 wives who happen to be sisters. Jacob was
you married-
miserable.
Hey,
and
you
you look
married
at
the
that
wrong-
house.
Where was the Bible written? Arkansas?
exactly?
Well, y'all married the wrong girl, so work for me another 7 years. You can marry the other one.
It was literally like that. It was terrible. Yeah, and it was well,
Okay, Herschel, let's get this wedding going.
and you notice how miserable.
You can't be eating that.
But you notice how miserable that family was. You've got this rivalry going on.
Is that dress made of wool and cotton? Oh, you're going to hell.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, yeah. Thou shalt not make material of
the
two types
ancient
of material.
Israelis were rednecks. Holy shit!
You couldn't plant your field with two different types of wheat either.
Weird.
They learned that.
What if you want whole grains?
No dice. Can't have whole grains.
Yeah. This comes from the same. Yeah, this comes from the same guy who once told a guy to lie on his side and make bread with human shit. I mean, come on.
You're talking about Moses? Because that was
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel.
I know. I'm saying from the same guy.
Oh, you're talking about God commanding this.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, everyone knows God's a woman.
Wait, what?
Are you watching Shameless? It's Shim.
Shim?
Shim.
So not he, not she. Shim. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so marijuana.
Yeah. Speaking of a more eloquent topic. Wow.
Okay, so we've talked about the online model. We've talked about the free enterprise. We've talked about different models. I don't know.
Free enterprise for the win.
So we think the free enterprise model is the way to go, or do we think something a little bit more
I
controlled?
declare
like
that what we're about to do in Ontario is the best model, and if Josh says something's different, he's just wrong. But that's okay.
Well, Josh, what do you say?
He's giving me the finger right now.
This is an audio format, Josh. Please
He's drinking
describe
his
what you're
beer
doing.
and giving me the finger.
I'm giving this contemplation.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Socialists aren't against free markets.
no, yes,
That's
despite what you think.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think in this
Classic
instance,
socialists are.
anything that can expand the market anywhere in a legal manner that's controlled is good, because that means the illegal market is getting reduced, and that's the goal here.
You're not a socialist, dude.
And yeah, I am.
Okay, well, here's the thing. The classic definition of socialist, where the people via the government control both the means of production and the distribution of wealth, is the classic definition of socialist. The modern definition of socialist usually refers more towards the
What he just said.
social welfare.
Okay.
That
So in that sense,
social.
I mean,
basically,
tax it.
tax
But-
it a good.
Sure.
Like okay, so here's an interesting issue.
All right.
So First Nations want to get in on this marijuana issue as well.
they've been in on this marijuana issue.
Well,
for
yeah,
decades.
but they couldn't legally sell it on their land either.
Right.
So they could sell it
would
the same
never
way.
do that illegally on their own land.
Well, yeah, but they could sell it the same way Jimmy down the street could sell it. It's like
Exactly.
just under the table. Now they
Sure.
want to actually get into the whole idea of production and selling it on their sovereign territory.
Yes.
However, they don't like the tax aspect of it, sort of like
Yeah.
the issue with contraband tobacco.
And are they going to be exempt from the taxes on it as well?
Of course. Why wouldn't they be?
Okay, so you're going to have a
But then
If-
you're
if
going to
we're-
have the whole problem again of
contraband. pot.
well, you're going to have the bag cigarettes thing going on.
Yeah, exactly.
In this
Yeah,
case,
so I
with the
mean,
joints.
really, it's a minor problem compared to the black market. I mean, if you look, no one is in downtown Toronto is going to drive out to a reserve just to get a joint.
No, but Woodstock people would.
Yeah, Woodstock people would,
So
but
what?
that's
They're
Woodstock.
not- They're buying.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it either. Like to me, I feel like
I'd prefer the money go to First Nations guy versus or wherever. It may be associated with some smaller crime. It may be. It may not. It may be completely legitimate feeding a family. It's
Sure.
really hard to say.
Yeah.
Then the guy that very well likely is probably going to like the Hell's Angels. I'll take it.
Sure.
That's sort of my premise here. Is I want the money away from people like the Hell's Angels.
Do
or
we
Banditos and
still
all these
not
guys.
like the Hells Angels? They're doing all
We
the stuff
never
where they're like
had.
blockading funerals against the Westboro Baptist Church and stuff. Like they're doing a
the
lot of
Hells Angels are?
yeah.
Are you
they
sure
were
you
also
don't mean
doing
the Freedom Riders?
I think you're thinking of the Freedom Raiders.
no. The Hells Angels have done it too. They've actually
yeah.
they've actually blockaded.
look,
They have PR, but they're terrible.
Well, from
Yeah.
they're still into drugs, prostitution, et cetera,
Okay,
et
fine.
cetera.
Yeah,
So I mean, they're not nice people. The reason why the government or the RCMP or other organizations help them is they are better than the alternative. So I used to live in British Columbia,
Yeah.
and it was well known which neighborhoods are Hells Angels neighborhoods,
Yeah.
because
They were more or less peaceful.
and here they're more or less peaceful. That's right, because the thing is that the RCMP, and again, this is all anecdotal, so don't
Yeah.
take this as necessarily fact. But the RCMP was much more interested in the Asian gangs. The ones are
The bacon
doing, like,
gang, yep.
yeah, the people who are like bringing in like the drugs from China, the people who were bringing
Yep.
in like human trafficking, things like that. So
Yep.
they were much more interested in. So they figure, okay, we'll do the cursory raid against the Hells Angels just so they don't get out of check.
Yeah.
But we're going to concentrate more on the actual assholes.
See, and it's weird to me because I know that for something like human trafficking, an organization like the Hells Angels has very little respect for that. And it's one of the things where, like, the RCMP could work with the Hells Angels in Vancouver to deal with the human trafficking.
You can't, because here's the thing. You're going to work with them, but that legitimizes the Hells Angels.
So here's an interesting. Well, one
You can't
the Hells
legitimize
Angels-
them. I mean,
the
I'm not necessarily rooting for
The
them.
Hells
I mean,
Angels are involved in human trafficking. The
What?
yes.
I thought that was the one
That's
line
like
they
that's
never
like
crossed.
that's like working with Jeffrey Dahmer to kill Hitler. It's like I guess, but you're still Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah. The
Maybe he'll eat him. I don't know, but
Maybe. Yeah. Hannibal.
sauerkrauten.
Yeah. Sauerkraut. All right, Josh, you were going to say something.
I'm actually really distracted by my beer. It's like playing the game. Like 'cause
Tiny bubbles.
well, there's this one stream of bubbles, and then there's all the little bubbles beside it. So I'm trying to take the stream and like avoid.
Are
the
we
other
sure he's
bubbles.
not high?
No, I'm just. This is just.
He's
I don't
mesmerized.
I don't need to be high.
Small things amuse.
His wife.
There.
Thank God.
What?
Yay.
I'm really distracted by my beer right now.
Yeah, we have like 3 more minutes, so we got to fill.
Chug, chug, chug,
No,
chug, chug.
no.
It's good beer. No,
It's good beer. Although, so in Oktoberfest, as I was saying, so
Yeah.
what they would do is some tents you were allowed to get up on the benches, some tents you're allowed to actually get up on the tables, and some tents they don't allow either. The Hofbrau tent's probably the wilder tent, but they allow you to get up on the bench. You stand up on the bench with a full beer. That means you were going to chug it. When I say full beer, it's the full
Like a pint.
liter.
Yeah.
No. The liter stein, so 2 pints.
Oh, dear.
And the crowd would cheer like crazy as you're chugging. But oh my God, if you couldn't do it, yeah, you got booed out of
Shame.
it. You got booed out of the tent.
Oh, we're that bad.
Yeah, it was that
bad. Wow.
It was a lot of fun.
Awesome.
So make sure if you're an Oktoberfest and you decide that you're gonna
And
chug
if you're
your
gonna
beer, you
chug,
better-
make sure you do a practice round.
Yeah.
Do a practice run the previous day
Yeah. Before you stand on the bench.
before you stand on the bench, because
Yeah.
it's a very mixed crowd of like Germans and tourists. So
I feel like if I was there,
we should go to and change trip.
a true and change trip, and I feel like if I were there, I would have like handed you one of these leaders, taken one for myself. We both stand up and like smack the mugs together, and then go to town.
Smack
the mugs together and go to town.
Shut up.
Yeah, except
Shut up.
You're really into the beer culture, aren't you?
It would end up with one of you being booted out.
No.
Tim
You
can't
don't.
chug.
You don't actually get booted out.
Yeah, it'd be more like a- like a-
Yeah, it's more.
You're
more get the Das Boot.
Yeah. the Das Boot.
Das
No,
Boot.
it's
Das
more of a-
Boot. Das. No.
It's a more of a mark of shame.
Yeah.
Mark
Yeah.
of shame.
Mark of shame.
Mark of shame. That's all.
What do you mean one of us? I think we would both finish it.
You
If I
would.
was standing,
He
if I
would.
was standing up, I could probably suck it up. But
Maybe.
I mean, it's a liter of.
the liter of beer.
I'm gonna have to do this at some point. But
Yep.
hey, medically, I'm not supposed to right now.
Oh, shucks darn.
Oh,
Yeah.
shucks.
Yeah, I'll see you in 30 days.
Yeah, probably.
You're gonna be shotgunning a beer in about when's the election? November 9th?
Oh yeah, what was the bet?
If the blue wave happens, I have to shotgun a PBR. And if it doesn't, we're all depressed and you have to shotgun a PBR.
Okay, yeah, I'll stick.
I
to
won't be
it.
depressed. I'll be amused.
I'll just
It's
be
not our-
I'll be resigned
Yeah,
to the
I'll be
realities.
sitting there. I'll be sitting there like, listen, it's Democrats, man. They just cannot get their shit together.
What do we keep saying? Never underestimate Democrats' ability to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we said that last episode. Yes.
Yeah.
So
That said, I kind of think that there's going to be a blue wave, but
yeah.
that's because I'm very, very much, in tune with the internet right now. But the internet is not America.
Yeah.
Everybody
So-
on the internet is being like, "Oh, blue wave," but then there's
Okay, so before we get too off rail, let's quick final thoughts on legalization of marijuana. I think this is a good necessary step that Canada needs to go to. I'm actually more in favor of the private shops, and I think if it generates more tax revenue and doesn't, become an onerous burden on society, I have no issue with it.
Cool.
I think that's kind of where everyone arrives at. I mean,
I got 3 words. About fucking time.
about fucking time.
all I
And on that note, we're going to wrap up today's show. So
Yep.
I want to thank you all for listening. And if you are enjoying our show, check out our website, toandchange.ca. You can read our blog. You can check out previous episodes Also, check us out on Spotify, iTunes, Podbean, wherever you get your podcasts. Anyway, for Two and Change, I'm Tim.
I'm Josh.
I'm Mike.
We'll see you next time. So, do we want to sing the... You don't know the theme music?
Yes, I do.
That wasn't it. What are you singing?
I'm used to theme. But not our theme.
It was like love.